man. Good to see you.
See you too, man.
Right on.
Glad to be back in the shop again.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I want to go ahead and take a tour, and if you can tell us a little bit about your shop, and we'll look around and school everybody up.
Cool. This is the Kia Hana USA factory in Oceanside. We are epoxy EPS concept, you know.
Yeah.
Basically, we have our own fiberglass, we have our own resin, we have our own styrofoam. And all those three components combined, that's what it makes our product so unique, you know. So we work with a lot of different shapers, and I'll show you in the back what we do and the shapers that we work with.
Awesome.
And we're here in Oceanside. You're welcome to come and, you know, buy a board from us, or you can go directly to the shaper and order a board through them.
Okay, cool. So yeah, there's a couple ways to get products through Kia Hana or by Kia Hana. No matter which way you go, you still might end up working with you guys.
Exactly. You can, you know, we have the finished product that you can get from the, you know, from the shapers or through us. But also the shapers can buy the kits, the kit with the resin, the fiberglass, and the blanks. And here at the West Coast, we're in Oceanside, and at the East Coast, we're with Ricky Carroll.
All right, cool.
Okay.
All right, so now we're back in the shop right here, and I'll give us a starting tour. Looks like we got some fresh boards right here.
Well, this is the inside of our factory. So basically, we get the shapes from like different shapers, like Lost, Dog Prescription, Timmy Patterson, Sean Johnson, Mattison, which is Bonso, Hobie. You know, we work with a lot of different shapers.
And this is step one right here. So the boards get delivered. They're cut by whatever shapers that people either ordered from you, or if the shapers just send them on in and get completed.
Yeah, there's different ways, but basically the main way that we do it is like we'll take the blanks to the shapers, and they'll cut it, they'll finish the shape, they'll bring it back to us, and we'll do the glassing, and we'll finish the board all the way to the end. Basically put fins, different colors, you know, different sizes, you know, and we just custom made to the right customer.
Okay, so when the board finally gets here to your shop and it's sitting right here on the stand, what's step one? Where do you guys start with this?
Step one, like we have the boards, like those two over here, they're shaped. Then, you know, after we use the first coat of resin, we call it prime or the paste, you know. We paste, and then we add the things to the boards. So basically, you know, we work a lot with FCS and futures, and you know, but it's open to any other fin system as well. But basically, that's the first step: the resin coat, and then we add fins.
Okay, so that gets everything ready to go for the next step.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
One thing that could happen before it goes to that step is adding collars. Something like our surfboard here.
Okay.
We add some collars.
Awesome.
And you know, it will look beautiful at the end with the logos, you know, and everything that the customer wants.
And so what happens when the boards come in? They come in with the order form where the customer, the end user, has actually like maybe attached artwork, or you know, how do you get from the order to something brilliant like this on the board?
Well, first part is when the customer orders the board. You know, it's all unique and it's specific for each customer. The weight, the height, the type of waves that he's going to be surfing. After that, then he can pick the colors and the fin system that he likes the best. So that's, you know, totally unique. Every board is different, you know. I mean, we do stock boards that we just do the standard to the surf shops, but when a customer do a custom order, then we'll just do everything unique for that exactly customer.
Perfect. You know? And so like, but I mean, like, you know, I've seen some boards. The boards will have like really like high resolution graphics on them. I mean, it might be a picture of somebody. I mean, how does that happen?
I have a cool one to show you guys here. You know, we can do unique arts to, you can even put on your wall, or you know, like a beer company wants to do something to put at a bar or something like that. Or this could be
like a restaurant.
Yeah, exactly, you know. And that's something that's very unique with Kia Hana, because that's going to show those boards are strong and they're going to last a long time. So you can have your wall, your house, your kids can have this as a present for the future. So it's very unique, you know.
And I see a lot of boards, you know, like commemorative boards, or boards that, you know, maybe signify a shaper and an event or a time period, and maybe they're giving those things away at some sort of contest or raffle, things like that, right?
Yeah, that's, you know, that we can do that as well.
Are you using digital technology to get it from the customer actually onto the board? I mean, who's doing that? How's that happen?
Well, that could be something that we can do as well, but most of the boards get it's more like free art with Posca pen. So that's like a handmade Posca pen type of art. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
You can, print something on rice paper and just, laminate on the board like this one right here.
Okay, so this is more of a rice paper.
Yes, that's type of a rice paper logo that you can do something unique,
Awesome.
Beauty.
Yeah, and that's a dock there, huh?
Yeah, that's a dock surfboard right there. It's
awesome.
not done yet.
Okay.
So, color is something that we can customize from, just the rice paper for a unique Posca pen art, or just a solid color like something like this right here. Different colors, like an orange board with black boxes.
So that's a solid color.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or just like a blue board, And then even like something like this, where kids like that type of, new stuff.
Yeah, the Dane Reynolds scribble art, right?
Yeah, something like that. So.
All right, so once we get past that stage and that part of the process is done, what's going on next?
Well, then, we have to glass the boards. And glass the boards, that means we have to add the fiberglass and the resin strong part that the board is made from,
Right.
So, Kia Hana has a unique fiberglass. It's a 5-ounce Kia Hana fiberglass that nobody else has in the market.
Okay.
And, it's just how it's made and how it's like, put it together.
So basically, there's different patterns, there's different thickness, there's different aspects to the fiber that make a difference in the end product, is what you're saying.
Right, yeah. There's the normal 4 and 6 ounce round, that most of the guys use. We use this 5-ounce triaxle.
Okay.
When you lay on the board, it has different flex on the board.
Yeah. So at this stage, for some of the heavies that might be ordering boards, is this the same part of the stage where somebody might say, hey, Raul, can you throw in some carbon fiber, or can you put different materials to further reinforce a surfboard?
Yes, we can. We can add carbon fiber on the tail, carbon fiber on the top. We even can do a Kia Hana with all carbon fiber.
Okay.
That's the product will let you adapt to anything that you like as far as carbon fiber, or even like stronger type of fiber or type of materials, to make a stronger board.
And that doesn't cost anymore, huh?
Well, it does cost a little more. It depends how much more you want, because those are expensive materials,
Right. And so there'd be certain situations where you might order that board, but that's up to the rider.
Exactly, yeah. But basically, what happens, Kia Hana is a product we created a product 18 years ago.
Okay.
So it's been a lot of research and development behind, and we got to a point that we don't really need carbon. We have our strong fiberglass with our unique resin, so we don't need that. But if customers want, we can always add that to the product.
Right on, man. So Kia Hana, obviously, like you said earlier, there's locations in multiple places. What are some of the advantages of somebody coming to a shop like Kia Hana or a company like Kia Hana of having multiple locations? In terms of whether it's volume, stuff that they might be able to handle with you more effectively, or it's maybe support. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the way I see it, Kia Hana is a high-end product.
Okay.
So it has to be the right people building those boards. Anybody can do it, but to get to a high-end product, you need to have people that have, good skills and know the process. So that's why we kind of separate in different locations. Like we have Ricky Cara, the East Coast, that has a lot of knowledge about boards.
Okay.
We are in this location for 9 years, and then we have guys like Kazuma in Maui and Christian Boudreau in Oahu. Those guys have a lot of experience with surfboards, so it's not like you can come and start making a board and you have a board the next day. It has a process behind. It needs like certain parts and certain steps to build that board. For example, this oven in the back. It's a Kia Hana oven, and basically we use to cure the boards. And sometimes the boards will sit there from at minimum 6 hours to 2-3 days just curing the board. And for the customer, when the customer gets the fresh new board, that means the board's cured. He can surf at the same hour that he gets the board. Doesn't have to wait like the polyester, like the curing process. It's ready to go. Now the other thing that the oven does is make the board stronger because it solidifies the resin and it makes the board a lot stronger. For example, this board right here is shaped by Sean Johnson. It's on the last stage where we have all the resins, all the fins, even like some cool art in the back. This board is just ready to sand and polish it out, and it's done. So every board goes through our system here. and every board and every different stage goes in there as well.
Okay, awesome.
And they come out beautiful, super white, strong, light, you know.
Right.
And that has to do with the knobbing.
Awesome.
So going back to the question a little bit, it's like the guys that manufacture our system here in the U.S. in Hawaii, they know what to do.
Okay, and in a sense, so you have the technology, the processes that you all have come together with, but as well, like you're saying, you have the talent behind the product, behind the technology, and so in a sense, that's kind of an asset as well. You guys can kind of lean on each other, collaborate, discuss different shapes and technologies and things coming down the pipeline in the industry.
For sure, you know, and more experience is better. You know, like with a lot of things in life, and with Kia Hana is the same. Technology, and you know, the industry is changing, and you know, new fins, new colors, you know, all this, and we're evolving together. We have installed fins, do the colors, you know, like I said. If you follow me, I'll show you like guys working, you know, different states. This board, for example, needs gloss on the bottom.
Okay. This board had the fiber put on it.
Yes.
And yet it still needs to go to the glossing.
Yeah, this board, in this case right here, this board needs one last coat of resin on the bottom, and then it'll go to the oven again, and then we'll just finish the board up. So it's like 85% board finish at this point.
Okay, I see.
Okay. So we have a batch, for example, those boards here, where we have some Cole surfboards, some Price Sinclair, some Gonsos. Those boards are almost in the last stage. They're already like everything together, fins, leash plug, you know, the fiberglass, the blank, everything is there. It just needs to be sent a little more, and it's ready to go.
So these guys are dying for their surfboards, right? I mean, when they get it, they're going to be excited, and they're going to get them soon, right?
Yes. We do a lot of boards for Japan. So, for example, those 3 boards are going to Japan, and then, you know, those are going to surf ride in shops around here, and then, you know, like for Christmas time that's coming around, you know, it's going to be right there.
Yeah,
so,
awesome.
Walking
awesome.
this way over here, I have one of the guys working, you know. He's standing in one of the boards. Looking to make sure everything comes out perfect. That's Bryce, one of our guys here.
All right. So you're gonna have to answer a question for me. Every time I see a shaper or shaping booth, the walls are blue. What's the idea behind the blue?
Well, there's blue and there's also black here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So this is a black room.
Okay.
It's a shaping room here, and the one over there is a blue room. And then it could be preference. Some guys like black, some guys like green, some guys like blue. And the whole reason is to work with your eyes.
Okay.
The lights have to be in this position, so with the lights we have a reflection over here on the blank, so where they can see the curves and the concaves and the channels that they want to do, you know, work on the rail. So basically it's for preference, but it's like what's best for your eye.
Right.
Yeah, so you want to keep dark, or like, you know, some guys like dark where they can see all the, you know, the problems or the lines that they want to create.
Yeah.
Some guys like blue because the blue helps the eye, blue and white. It helps the eye a little bit.
Right. Okay, so that's interesting. Thanks for the knowledge right there. I'm sure it'll help a lot of people out there who've been curious as well.
Right on. Basically, this is our kit. The company is called Kia Hana Kit.
Okay.
And it comes in different sizes for different size of boards.
All right.
And this has every single component to build a surfboard.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it'll come with the logos, the sandpaper, the fiberglass, the hardener, different stage, different steps, and then the resin or unique Kia Hana resin, which is crystal clear, you know.
And this kit right here is geared for people hobbyists who want to shape, or companies who want to shape, or do you use this here?
We use this here.
Okay.
This is breakdown to make it simple to the shapers.
Okay,
There's no one philosophy that we have with Kia Hana. It's save. There's no reason for waste, especially, you know, in this industry that materials are so expensive.
Right.
We wanted to keep controlling, you know, the amount of resin and the fiberglass that we
you
use.
keep a pulse on the bottom line, which allows you to give the best deals and the best product.
Right, exactly.
So that's great. Okay.
And our resin is like expensive resin, so we wanted to control, and there's no reason for waste. So after you use this box, everything you can put it back here, and it's recyclable, so you can take to this to a, you know, to a place and recycle the whole deal. And I see you walking around the shop and there's no smell on the resin. You
Right,
can notice that.
right,
That's
right.
it's something that with board resin too. So good things about the boards last longer. The kit's recyclable, you know, and there's no like smell, you know, when you walk around the factory.
Yeah, and I mean, in general, the factory area, the warehouse area, I mean, pretty clean. I
Yes.
mean, obviously you got resin here and there, but I mean, I've been to some other shops where you're knee high in fiber and everything else going on. So
Correct. Yeah.
great job
Yeah,
there.
Kia Hana, you know, it's just like there's no need for waste. We keep that way, and that's one of the reasons that it's easier to clean it up after you work.
Oh, awesome.
So-
Okay, cool. Yeah, healthier too.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's awesome, dude.
People say, hey, why Kia Hana? You know,
Right.
there's many different things why
Yeah.
our product is better. You know, it's just like the way it serves. It's gonna stay wider for a long time. And to me, the best point is because they're super strong.
Right.
Because you pay a lot of money to get a surfboard, and you know, like you don't want that board to last you 2-3 months. So, you know, you can get one of our boards right here,
Okay.
and just, you know, take to the test. Like they're very strong.
So now you got to buy that though because you just broke the product. What do you
No.
mean? What's going on
It's
here,
right
man?
there. It's perfect.
I mean, I just had a heart attack. I almost had to pick myself up. Okay, so I mean, what happened there? I mean, you know, I have older boards. Every time I do something like that, I mean, a chip flies off to the side, or I got a big pressure ding. I mean, I'm sure some people out there have had their surfboards fly off the top of the car. I mean, what was that? I mean, and how does somebody make sure they get that kind of technology?
Well, basically, our boards are glassed that way to be strong, and it's all have to do with the fiberglass
Okay.
and the Kia Hana resin that we use.
All right.
That makes the strength of that board.
Okay.
You know, nobody has what we have. It's not like in the normal epoxy. It's not the
Right.
polyester around. It's the
Okay.
Kia Hana that's super strong, you know, and that's why you can bang the boards around.
And you're saying that comes down to the process that you guys are using at the specific stages that are actually making that possible.
Yes, the 4 types of Kia Hana resin with the 5-ounce triaxial fiberglass that we have. That's
Right.
where we make our product unique and strong as it is.
Okay, and so I mean, has anybody ever like given you their success or horror story of, hey, I have the Kia Hana board and this or this that happened to it, and it still works and I'm still surfing it? I mean, what are some of the stories you've heard out there in terms of how these boards may have survived?
Well, we have, you know, probably here in this shop, I sold more than 4,000 surfboards.
Okay.
We have guys like Ezekiel Lau, you know, a lot
Okay.
of, you know, powerful surfers that have
Sure.
the boards for a long time and still works. You know, but also we have a lot of customers that have boards for 5-7 years and the board's still solid, strong, and they're still surfing those boards.
Sure.
So, you know, that just shows that how strong the boards are. Having a board for 5 years and you still ride, that's
Wow.
not normal with the normal surfboard.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think I have a hard time building a quiver up myself because once the board gets after a couple years, I end up either just, it's so beat up, I just get rid of it, or I give it to a friend, or I just, you know, just do something else with it, and I never build up my quiver very well. So you're saying, you know, if I were to pick up a handful of these boards, that I might be able to accumulate boards and have a variety of options.
Yeah, what I like to say is like this. Next time I'll see you, you're not going to come back and buy the same 6'2" that you buy all the time. You're going to come
Okay.
back for a 5'11" or for a step up.
Okay.
That's what Kia Hana can help you out. Build your
Okay.
quiver, different sizes, you know.
Uh-huh.
And then, you know, eventually the board's going to, you know, start fading away a little bit,
Sure.
but that's going to be 5-7 years from
Right,
now. And
right.
at that point, you already want a new board anyway.
Right. You've hopefully milked your value out of it by then.
For sure.
All right, so we got the whole lineup here of options that are actually sitting here ready to go. Raul, why don't you tell us a little bit about what is right here?
Well, you know, I always have some boards here up front if a customer wants to come in and go buy a board and go surf today or go on a trip.
Okay.
So I always carry a 20-30 board stack over here.
Okay.
Those are the new ones, you know, you can find at the shop as well. You know, there's several shops, or you can go to our website, kiahana.com.
Okay.
And, you know, you can just send an email and we'll just tell you where we have in stock. So, you know, or I can direct you whatever part of the country you are and see where
Okay.
you can find some boards.
And you're located right here in Oceanside, California. I know that you've been surfing the whole California coast and over the years, but at this point, like you said, you've been here in Oceanside for 9 years, selling your boards. What's your phone number here in Oceanside? How does somebody buy from this particular shop?
Okay, I'll make it very easy. You can call my cell phone, which is 7485.
All right.
And you can, you know, ask me for a board, and I can show you a picture, a taxi. I'll text you, or you know, we can come over and see the boards.
Awesome, perfect. All right.
And then also, you know, we have this new inventory, but also we have some boards here in the back.
Oh, okay.
Boards that can go for $200-300.
Oh wow! So this is the used pile here, and if somebody either is desperate for a board, or if they want to try out a different style or shape of a board, they might find something on the rack here and get a better idea for it, buy that one from you, and then order their new board based on something they might have tried.
Sure, yeah, we have the new stack, and we have some used boards or boards that sat in shops and got yellow a little bit. So, you know, we have the stack here that's ready to go as well.